Hello everybody, welcome back to Ricker Forge. So today I'm gonna be making a hardy tool. So I have this piece of steel that I've held on to for a little bit. It's just a piece of mild steel. I went ahead and spark tested it and there's no carbon in it really, or it's low carbon, but it's got enough mass to do the job that I need it to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a V-bit hardy tool. That way I could get those sharp bends that I need to get. And also I like to add to my collection of just items and tools to work with, just like every other blacksmith. All right, so let's see, this measures out to be just I'd say 1 inch and 1/4. So that's just bigger than my inch hardy hole. So that should work out just fine. Now this is a 12-inch piece of steel, and this is more of a piece that you scrap for stuff. So this is essentially just a piece of scrap steel. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to fire up the forge, and I'm going to actually half on, half off, get the hardy shank, the part that actually goes into the anvil. I'm going to actually forge that out, and then the rest of it's relatively easy. Just basically cut that 45-degree into my hardy. Now I'm contemplating whether I want to actually upset the V part to make it actually wider. So upsetting means you basically just mushroom it to make it have more mass, but I think that just keeping it regular should be good. So all right, so let's go ahead and get this heated up and get to it. Also, I do want to mention that I was able to upgrade my audio equipment, and it's because of my customers. They allow me to get the things I need so I could continue to grow this business, and I wanted to say thank you. All right, so go ahead and get that forge fired up. vice grips for this one. Just because it's actually awkwardly big. So probably another project that I'll do. Basically larger tongs, so I can handle stuff like this. Some people will weld a piece of rebar on the end just to deal with this type of material, but as long as you have some way to grip it, and whatever you're gripping it with, you can keep it cold. You shouldn't have any issues. Alright, here we go. So, I can already feel piece of steel is cattywampus. It has a off tilt to it, so it's not perfect. But that shouldn't affect the tool that much. Heat it up a little bit. Alright. Cool. Pulling off the vice grips so they don't lose. It actually doesn't, it's not even getting that hot on that end. Okay, so seems like it's going to be the stamina challenge. So most people use a press or power hammer when they're working with, I'd say anything over 5/8 of an inch or an inch. Once you start getting over that, then you kind of need machinery. So I would say either that or a spotter with a sledgehammer, or someone that helps you out. So those guys that make hammers and different tooling by hand, I give you credit. So you really need muscles to do that. Getting there. The good thing about this is just moving enough material to get that to just under an inch. So it started out as 1.25 inches, and I'm gonna get it just under an inch, so it fits into that hardy. Now I could have cut it off with my bandsaw, but it would have been such a waste of material. So that's where a blacksmith has an advantage over a machinist. They're able to utilize more material with less waste. But of course, you can always take the waste and turn it back into a stock. So, a lot of people will do Damascus for some sort of it's just some sort of a glob of different scrap steel and put it together and make an item. So Damascus steel is essentially just forge welding a bunch of little pieces of steel together that are made with different carbon content or different metal contents. And then you get the little swirls and stuff. It kind of looks like, reminds me of the grain in wood. They do that. All right, let's wrap this out. Getting there. So as I'm hammering, I'm trying to keep it as even as possible. Yeah, being that it's a hardy shank, doesn't have to look beautiful. Because it's going to be hidden all the time whenever it's in use. So. Shoulder so I can isolate it more. Everybody is ready for the holiday seasons coming up. Got Thanksgiving right around the corner. And possibly this video might even be put up just after Thanksgiving. So I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Alright, let's see. Knock that corner off. Oh man. Probably end up saying that after every heat. As far as get the V cut in, I'm literally just gonna cut it in. So shouldn't have any issues doing that. Let's get the bandsaw. set up. Efficiency over the horn. Oh, it's so close. Cooling off. All right, so going fairly well over the horn. I'm using the rounded side, pressing it. Also, the steel seems to be fairly hard, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a little carbon in it. Not a whole bunch, but just a little bit. This stuff is pretty hard. Even though I did spark test it, there were some small explosions off the sparks, but I'll just say it's a low carbon steel. Get one of those metal scanners. Get it scanned. Right. Oh, there goes a finger. Let's see. Is this it? Is this going to be the heat? The final heat. So I think I am going to actually mushroom. Yes. Okay, good. I think I am going to actually mushroom the top. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to mushroom the top. So, let's see if we're in focus. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can do it from here actually. Let's hit this cool side. Alright, so anvil probably took all the heat right out of that. The old side tap. Alright, that's a good fit. Very nice. You heat that up one more time, and then my anvil's a decent size, but it's not a big one, so I don't want to heat my anvil up to the point where it starts to want to bend on me. But okay. All right, one more heat and then chop it. Chop it, chop, chop. Thing I highly recommend is, dude, I'm gonna make you tick. I mean, I clean the water out every once in a while. So if you don't have a squirt bottle, just with water, I would always just keep that around. I use this even on bends if I don't want to dip apart in my quench tank, so I can do a bend. Sometimes I'll just quench it off with squirt bottle. Find that extremely handy. I don't see many people use squirt bottles. Now obviously metal and water don't go hand in hand, but you should always keep your tools either oiled up or WD-40'd or prevent all that rust, slow decay. I like to WD-40 my anvil. It just keeps it looking good. Just takes a lot of that mess off. that's interesting is I've seen people use WD-40 as their flux for forge welding. Which I'll be giving that a shot. See if it works. All right, nasty. But taking care of tools, linseed oil, just any oil, just basically. Keep them covered, or they'll just rust away, and they'll look like every tool in every in every antique shop. All right, that should be well heated up. All sides. Go ahead, quench this, give it a cut, bring it over for the quenching. Fantastic. Ammo cases are so good. Look at that. Instead of holding the water out, it's keeping the water in. Every time I use the quench tank, I always think of steam engines. Shut this forge down. Rock. Yeah, it reminds me of steam locomotive. All right, so this tool is most likely gonna mushroom out over time, which is perfectly fine. It will have enough mass behind it to keep it somewhat together. I'm only going to be using it for like bending leaves over in that V-bit section. So it's not going to, I'm not going to be using it like under high pressure or anything. All right. Alright, so hopefully I didn't harden this. If I harden it, which I highly doubt it, but if I did harden it, if it I'll just take it to the cutoff disc. But I don't think it hardened. Let's check. Okay, that's cutting in. Okay, good. All right. So my bandsaw will be able to cut it. If not, would have had to bring it to the chop. All right. Go ahead and get that recorded. All right, there we go. So this is my V-bit hardy shank. Look at that. Those edges just curled out. That way you know it was forged down and not cut. Either way, if I would have cut it, it would have looked a lot cleaner and straighter, but nice thing about this is it was forged into my anvil, so as far as wiggle goes, there is not too much wiggle. So that worked out pretty good. All right, I appreciate you watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll be bringing more content to you, whether you like it or not. All right, thanks for watching.